Now, I hope the gifts that you receive and the gifts you give, maybe tonight, or you already did that, or tomorrow, Christmas Day, let those gifts be a sign of your affection and your care for one another. The other day, a husband asked his wife, "Honey, what do you want for Christmas?" She said, "Nothing would make me happier than a diamond necklace, nothing." So he bought her nothing. She's not happy. There was a mother the other day asked her little boy, of course his name was Vito, Tony, whatever, and the mother said, "What is your favorite Christmas carol, Christmas song?" He said, "Well, Mom, I love the one about the shepherds up in the hills, and they were getting all cleaned up to visit baby Jesus." So the mother said, "What song is that about the shepherds getting cleaned up?" The kid said, that one about they were up in the hills and they were washing their socks by night, watching their flocks by night, washing their socks by night, watching the flocks by night. Boy, you guys must be boozed up pretty good, you know it? I just came from 6 homes. So here's a couple of thoughts for you and I at Christmas. It's easy for us to place the infant child in the manger scene. I think it's the beautiful nativity scene, the best in the city. And it's very easy to put the figure of our Lord in there. But what's a little more difficult during the whole year is when the crib is empty and Christ has to come to birth through me and you, in our thoughts, our words, our attitudes, our efforts. And that's a little bit more difficult than just placing the figure in the manger scene. Really, the message of Christmas, isn't it, throughout the ages, is that Christ is birthed, is born into the world. Every time those who follow Christ, you and I, that we bring Jesus to birth in our lives, in our ordinary living, with those close to us and people we meet along the way, whatever efforts we make at prayer, at helpfulness, at peace, at pardon, at patience, at forgiveness, then Christ is placed again in that manger scene over and over again. Somebody wrote this poem. It kind of hits the nail on the head. It goes like this: "Scenes of Christmas swiftly change, then fade like melting snow. The season's joys too soon become just an afterglow. The festive lights are vanished, splendid trees are bare, sacred chimes and carols no longer fill the air. All symbols of the season are packed up and shelved away. But the miracle that is Christmas can never be tucked away. The royal star, the angel song, the Christ child's holy birth, peace and hope and gladness like a mantle round the earth. The symbols but remind us of the season we hold dear. But if Christ is born within us, then Christmas stays forever near." Same message. Christ is brought to birth throughout the year in how we live and practice the gift of our wonderful faith. So that's one message. The other message is more particular to this year. Well, we're better off than last year in the midst of this 2-year pandemic. At least we're here, and we're together, and families and people are gathered more than they were a year ago at Christmas. So that's a bit of an improvement. And in spite of all the worries and cares and fears and anxieties and precautions and protocols and all the stuff that goes with living still with this pandemic surrounding us, we still have the light of our faith. We have the bright songs and the beauty of Christmas time in the midst of all our worries and anxious moments about what to do and how to be careful and what not to do and so on and so forth. The light, the brightness, the joy of Christmas still breaks through, doesn't it? In spite of all our worries and setbacks, our cares. People are grappling with this COVID, they're in hospitals or at home, even as you and I are here tonight. So there's an old song. It just came to me the other day. I was thinking, what old song speaks about that? That even though we got worries and cares, we're not out of it yet, still we can count our blessings. We can be joyful with the gift of faith and celebrating the birthday of our Lord. And that old song came to mind. It goes like this. You know it maybe, you know. When I'm worried and I can't sleep, I count my blessings instead of sheep, and I fall asleep counting, you know the song? My blessings. When my bankroll is getting small, I think of when I had none at all, and I fall asleep counting my blessings. So if you're worried and you can't sleep, just count your blessings instead of sheep, and you'll fall asleep counting your blessings. Beautiful, beautiful. And now I will sing the Sinatra, New York, New York. No. So we wish you and yours a very blessed and a bright and a Merry Christmas. Let's stand to profess our creed together, everybody.